Thanks for joining us. I'm Marlon Bowling with a look at our ag commodity trade, and I am pleased to be joined by Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. He, of course, is located in Chicago, and he joins us right now to take a look at our ag commodity markets. Well, a lot of softness in this corn market here early on today, Todd. I wanted to get your thought on that. The way the market is performing, is this just due to disappointment that we really didn't get much of a weather rally opportunity early this week, or what's going on here?
Good morning, Marlon. Look, I think the old picture is that they tried to break out to the upside again and failed. It's fine. They look great. I think it's just the overall slow conditions in markets, the overall slow conditions in the economy, and the overall slow conditions everywhere. And right now, the trade is just very blasé, not much going on. And I think that will continue until we get some excitement. And I think once we break out, we'll start to see some excitement. And I think that's more forthcoming sooner rather than later.
So I understand the NOPA crush numbers are out, and we had been looking for something like 173 million bushels crushed, I believe, and it came in at like 169 and some change. So I want to take a look here at what's going on in our soybean prices and bring that up. We'll see how the soybean market is reacting right now. And of course, keep in mind, we sold 390,000 tons of soybeans over the weekend to China, and here we are with soybeans down 3. July is now trading at 868 and a quarter. In November, the new crop month, is down 4.5 at 875 and a quarter. There is no waking up this soybean market for the time being, is there?
Well, again, I think if you look at soybeans, you'll say it looks just like corn. It attempted to break out, and it looks fine. But again, the overall dull conditions of markets, the lack of liquidity, all the things that have been happening for the last, I don't know, 8-9 months are still in play here. But again, I think they look great and look like they want to try to break out, and I think that they will. I think there's a real good shot. We'll see $9 beans this year. So I think we're looking for higher prices, and I think that will be the case. But again, you can't fight the market as it sits right now, and it's just very quiet and very tired, and the shorts are still in charge.
Now, interesting trade in the wheat markets today, where you have Chicago wheat kind of timid. You have July down just half a cent at 501.5, but a lot of pressure in the Kansas City market, at least relative to Chicago, and we're down 6 now at 442.5, and that's almost on the low of the day. We're only 1 tick off of that right now. And looking at the spring wheat market in Minneapolis with quotes provided by bar chart, you have July now 3/4 higher at 514. Last, the low we had was 511 3/4, so we bounced off of that by a couple of pennies, but very choppy in the wheat market here. It's like no sense of direction today. How come?
Well, I mean, I think the wheat's, you're going to make a decision here. Either it's going to break down and get really ugly, or it's going to find a place to hold and start to rally. I mean, wheat has been, brutal recently, and it's right at those levels where it could just break down and totally fall apart here. I think you're seeing a little bit in the Kansas City right now, but overall, I would expect it more than likely to hold. It's in this big, wide chopping pattern, and I would expect it to hold. I'd expect to see a move up, but again, I don't think it's anywhere near as powerful right now as corn and beans happen to be, with a chance to go back to the upside.
Okay, well, Todd, we'll come back here in just a moment, and we will take a look at what is going on in the livestock trade. In the meantime, we'll take a peek at what silver is doing right now. We are back with Todd Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com in Chicago. And now I want to take a look at our live cattle board. And Todd, let's see what you think of this bouncy market action here today. We have the June contract in delivery, so it's kind of in its own little world. It's down 17 cents, but now everything else is higher. We have August 37 higher now at 95.70. So that makes it $2 and about 12 cents off of our earlier low this morning. That's a pretty good little bounce. We're only 15 cents off our high of the day. All the deferreds have turned higher here. Let's take a look at our feeder cattle market. And right now you have the August down 42 cents at 130.67. But hold the phone. That's exactly $2 off of our earlier low this morning. September down 57 at 131.90. Similar action there. Now the deferreds, November and January, are actually 27 and 37 cents higher respectively. Meanwhile, lean hog trade, you have July 97 higher now at 52.65. Same thing going on here. We're $1.40 off our earlier low this morning, so we had been lower early. August now up 80 at 55.45. So does that give you some optimism that maybe the lows are in this hog market for a while?
Well, hogs are very tough right here. Again, they've been so ridiculously choppy that they could break to the downside, they could break to the upside. It's like they're in this big consolidation, this big sweeping pattern. Look, at the end of the day, I think you got to wait on hogs to want to own them. But again, I do believe at some point we're going to be higher here. I think cattle looks really solid, and it just bounced off some great support and looks like it wants to charge higher. And as we get the economy open, as we get things rolling and the supply chains back to normal, I think we'll be in good shape. And I think all these coronaviruses that they're whining about right now, they're finding it's only because they're doing so much more testing now, not because they've suddenly shown up.
Yeah, taking a look over there at the equity markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average today, we've been watching that on the June futures. You know, last time we checked, Todd, it was down 260 points. Now it's only down 60 at 25,476. Do you think we are witnessing a turnaround here in the stock market today on an intraday basis?
It certainly looks that way, Marlon. They were down over 1,000 overnight, okay, and they've come all the way back to now. I mean, the Nasdaq is positive, the Russell's positive, the S&P is positive. So again, I don't put much stock in the market at the moment right now. I think it's going lower here. I think the trends are changing. However, these bounces off of dramatically oversold conditions are also happening. And again, it's an illiquid, quiet market with not a real lot of action. So again, I'd look for spots to sell here if I was looking for something to do.
Interesting stuff. All right, a lot of stuff going on in the markets, and thank you for helping us navigate the waters here, Todd. I look forward to next time when we get a chance to visit with you. Todd Bubba Horwitz, he's with BubbaTrading.com, and he is located in Chicago. So with that, John, I will turn it back to you.